Thank you for tuning into the Star Bandits podcast. I'm your co-host, Marcus Delzell.
I'm Israel.
I'm Junaid.
Howdy, I'm Robbie Bland.
And Caleb King, unfortunately, is out yet again. He has stomach problems. He's drinking death juice on Monday for his colonoscopy on Tuesday. But in his place, we have the great Keight Robinon.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast, Kate.
Thank you so much.
Let's go ahead and get started. How is everybody this week?
Oh, no comment.
It's not your turn.
I thought you were looking at me.
No.
Imagine being on a podcast and saying the words "no comment."
Dude, you're on a podcast.
Yeah, I can tell.
Maybe he's shy. I had a really good week. My roommate's birthday was this week, so we got to celebrate, and that was really fun.
That's awesome.
You mean the same roommate that just leaves shit around the
Hey,
apartment?
I would never shit talk, ever.
Not even on a public podcast?
Not even there.
No way.
I think you're on the wrong show.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all we do, really.
Yeah.
It's the most fun part of this
in
whole
peace,
thing.
Dave Vecchio, Mario Judah, Nexpo.
No.
I don't think we brought up Mario Judah yet, have we?
No, we have not.
Okay, yeah,
we'll save that.
that
for
was-
He
later.
lives
was
rent free in
outside.
all our heads.
Yeah.
Someday.
I'm cool with that.
Where the fuck is Mario Judah?
Yeah, if you don't know who Mario Judah is, check him out. We're trying to get him on the show. It's not easy to contact him though.
If you're on the app, TikTok, or on Twitter, you might have heard the song "Die Very Rough." I'm not going to say the lyrics. That
The lyrics
main-
contain
I'm a
the
big
N-word.
dog, big bear.
No, that's all the lyrics you can say.
I'm a lion.
Ninja, I'm a lion.
Just
Yeah.
being different creatures.
I'm a predator. His vocals are really good. All right, let's stop talking about Mario
Yeah.
Judah. Let's stop talking about Mario Judah.
As far as how I'm doing, I am on like the verge of going bankrupt because
What?
it's the Christmas season.
Oh,
And I every day I do math in my head about what presents I need to get people, what I need to pay for, travel expenses, how I'm gonna feed myself. This is gonna be I'm gonna cut it real close this season, but I'm having a great time. It's gonna
That's
be
awesome.
an awesome
I can't wait.
Christmas. We're gonna make it
our,
a good
our
one.
Christmas is definitely going to be insane.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I have to buy for fucking like 8 roommates and then my family.
And
I haven't even
yeah.
started.
I started.
I haven't even started. It's all in here. I need to actually go in and buy things.
I have bought half of the gifts I need for my roommates and my family. The
Yeah.
other half will be next paycheck.
I actually just got the last gift for everybody here.
Really?
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It just came in the mail. I have to just wrap it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now we got to set up like a tree and shit.
Yeah.
We
I'm
were-
actually excited.
It's gonna
for
be-
that.
it's gonna be a
We were-
Minecraft
We were
Steve
gonna
tree.
do a Minecraft Steve tree last year, but it never got
Yeah.
done.
It's never gonna happen. Caleb's
no,
gone.
Caleb's gonna die.
Every
Yeah.
year, Caleb and I talk about setting up a Christmas Steve, and we're just gonna like make Minecraft Steve out of boxes, and then put like a Christmas hat on him, and that'll be our Christmas
That's
tree.
awesome.
At the end of Christmas, there will definitely be enough boxes for that.
That's
We
true.
always
Robbie, there's
talk
enough
about
boxes in your bedroom right now for that.
I what do you think I hoard boxes for?
You hoard
You stay there
boxes to
for
make
sets.
Minecraft Steve. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, to make things, yes. Mostly in my head is to make sets
Okay.
for stop motion,
Okay.
but like these
Haven't-
boxes are big in my room right
You
now.
haven't
so.
uploaded on your YouTube channel in 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Well, hey, I'm coming back.
Sure.
Blank
You
Plan
said
Videos
that
coming
last-
soon.
You said that last month.
I say it every day to myself.
I've seen some of your stop motion. It is really cool.
It's pretty
It
good.
gets-
like your fight scenes that you make are incredible.
Yeah.
They're really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, your whole career on Windows Movie Maker is great.
That's impressive in itself.
dude, ever since I got Adobe Premiere, as we talked about last episode, working on my laptop, I've been in a well of inspiration for myself.
Yeah.
So,
That's good. That's good.
yeah, I spent like 2 hours the other night talking with good friends of the show, Kevin and Liz, and we just talked forever about stop motion
That's
for
awesome.
no reason.
That's awesome.
And so, I mean, yeah, I'm terrible. I'm terrible with my history of saying I want to post and then not posting. It's just,
Yeah.
it's daunting work to take up, and it's something I'm very, very close to getting back to. So, yeah, first I'm going to finish up a few projects for myself, and then jumping headfirst into YouTube again. We're going to make it awesome. Awesome stuff.
We should all get action figures of ourselves, and then you should make a stop motion
Oh,
of us.
I dream about having an action figure of myself. That's like, I know I've succeeded in life if there's Robbie Bland action figures out there.
Would it be anatomically correct?
Probably not.
Yeah.
We'd all be like fucking ripped as shit.
Dude,
If your ass is not touching the ground,
They're,
I don't even want to see it.
Yeah.
You know, fucking Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Peter B. Parker,
Peter Griffin,
Peter
yeah.
Parker with the dad bod in the movie.
Yeah.
They're making a figure of him, and
They've made 2 already, but
Yeah.
one's coming out in like
Is he
January.
ripped as fuck?
no, he's Peter B. Parker. He's got the fucking dad gut.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
they also
That's
made
Yeah.
a fat Thor figure from Endgame. So
That
That's
is
hilarious.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
awesome.
find a figure that resembles my shape.
That's true.
the best we can get with action figures right now is Legos. You can make anybody out of a Lego.
That's true, but like half of this would look the exact same.
Yeah, I wouldn't-
Who's the really
Let me clarify.
tall guy from
Slender Man.
Harry Potter?
Enderman,
With the big beard.
Voldemort, Dumbledore,
Hagrid.
Hagrid.
Hagrid, we could just use that for your Lego figure, a
Yeah.
Hagrid Lego.
Well, then I would look like Robbie because
Yeah,
he'd probably also
we could,
be a
we could
Hagrid.
just do a blonde beard for Robbie.
Let me
true.
clarify. I don't want a Lego minifigure of myself. I don't
You
give
want
a
a
fuck
Funko?
about
You want a
Lego.
Funko
Too
Pop
late.
version of yourself, right?
What's your problem with Lego?
I want an action figure of myself.
He
What's
wants
your
a
deal with Lego?
Funko.
I don't have anything against Lego. I just don't care about Lego.
Okay.
I want an action figure of
You don't
myself.
care about Lego?
You sound deprived.
Yeah. You
Have
seen
you
the
been
Lego
deprived?
movie?
Wait, Robbie, you
Deprived.
don't like Lego?
I don't have anything against Lego.
He
I
used
just
to-
don't. I just
he-
don't care.
he
You
used to
sound like
own
you hate
Legos.
Lego.
You're just
No,
gonna keep
no.
making him repeat himself, aren't you?
Like
You're mean.
in like when I was a kid, I did also collect Lego with my action figures, but like
You had to choose one.
I had to choose one at
Yeah.
one point, and I chose the one that didn't break as often.
I have
Wait,
a,
what?
I have
Actually,
a-
that makes sense.
Hold on, wait. Your
if
action
you-
figures break less than
if
Legos?
you have a Star Wars
oh,
starship
I forgot,
made out of Lego,
I forgot.
and then you drop it and
Yeah.
it shatters.
Okay, okay.
Try putting that back together again
I have a-
without
This-
the instruction
this-
manual.
This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. I was in the first grade. We moved houses, and my parents, I don't know why, I think it might have been my birthday or something, they gave me this Harry Potter set of Hogwarts. And it was so cool. I built it all like that night. I loved it. I finished it, and it was time for bed, and I was super excited to come back from school and play with my Harry Potter Lego set once I got home. I go to school. I can't think about anything except playing with this Lego set.
I've been there before.
And I get home, and I'm like, where's my Lego set? The movers came in and stomped on it and broke it.
Jesus
And like
Christ.
the base plate where like everything goes on, like the foundation was bent, and there was nothing I could do about it.
That's
Half the
terrible.
pieces
What
were
the
missing.
fuck?
Dude, it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
It took
I-
me like just one time, and then once like I was like, I'm not Bob the Builder. I can't fix this. I never collected Legos
Yeah.
again because I dropped the Starship, it shatters. I drop Hulk. Hulk is fine. I
True.
can pick him back up. Every
True.
once in a while, I've worn him out and his arm will fall off. Fuck, that sucks. But
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
manage that.
You
You
can buy
know.
another one.
Sorry. I had this friend, and he was genius as an elementary schooler. He made Boba Fett's ship from Star Wars, and he glued it together.
That's what some people do when
Yeah.
they're like one of those long time collectors.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There's some people that make giant figures made out of Lego, and there's a video of a guy presenting it and a reporter being really nice about it and just like kind of hitting the Lego with his hand. It's just like, oh, like, do you think he can feel it or something? Just joking about it. And then right in front of the guy, the whole thing just falls down.
No.
Okay, there's a similar thing, but I think it was a skit. Unless like I can actually believe it with this person. So Harrison Ford was doing a press run for the Han Solo movie that he wasn't in.
Okay.
But you know it's Harrison Ford, and they're like on this like one like interview talk show, and they're like, oh yeah, and we just brought out this Lego. What's the name of the fucking ship? Han
Millennium
Solo rides? The
Falcon,
Millennium
probably.
Falcon. And it like is like 700 pieces, and they give it to Harrison Ford. He's like, "Oh, this is great," and he throws it behind him, and
What?
it shatters everywhere.
Why?
He's like, "I fucking hate that thing because I'm old."
Yeah. Wait.
He doesn't actually say that, but
The
that's-
title of the video
yeah.
is Star Wars mega fan presents Harrison Ford with his own Millennium Falcon build, and then ... And what he does, he literally takes it and throws it behind his
Yep.
head.
Why does he
It's
do
awesome
that?
because it's funny. He's an actor, man. So.
He's.
That
I don't.
hurts.
It's hard to tell how authentic it is sometimes.
Oh no, that was
Yeah.
a skit. That was
It's a
100% a
skit.
skit.
He's
It's a skit.
incredibly jaded by the whole Star Wars thing.
It's
and, like,
hilarious.
how
Like-
it has defined his whole life. And
Yeah.
There's
So-
this one interview with a Collider, and they're like, so what do you think of who shot first? Who shot? What's the whole debate?
Han.
Greedo
Greedo versus
yeah.
Han, and he goes, I don't care. And then like they end the interview, and he says it in like the most like I don't care. It's great. Says it in
So
like such a flat
sad.
voice.
That's awesome.
And
one
then-
of my like
He doesn't care if he's a
No.
murderer or
And like
a
throughout the interview, like they're asking like these tilt questions, like, "Oh, what do you think of like female includement in like the Star Wars universe?" He's like, "It's fine."
Yeah, I don't care.
fine.
As he's in a plane about to crash it in
Yeah.
someone's golf course.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I have a story with Legos though. When I was like younger, I would mainly get Lego sets just for the figures, and I'd build my own things sometimes, or I just wouldn't care to build them. And I kept them in like this little Lego. It wasn't Lego, but it was like Mega Blocks.
Yeah.
And it was like the Spider-Man bank suitcase where you can like you can open the bank set up, and you can like put like your figures or the pieces in there, because that's how they sold it. Like they put like the building blocks in there and the figures in there. And I used to keep all my Lego figures in there. And since I have like my parents didn't know this at the time, but even then it was still tilt. I have like a learning disability, so I have really trouble like learning things. And I was failing really bad at school, and wherever I go, I would always bring the Lego toys with me, and like it would have like Batman, Spider-Man, and everybody else. And it'd be like my main like prize possession. So like I'm doing bad in school, so my parents like take it. They're like, yeah, you're not gonna have this until like Christmas if you don't keep your grades up. Or like
What
whenever
the fuck?
whenever I was like just not behaving well in public either, like my parents would like be like, we're putting this up in our room and hiding it, and then they'd hide it, and I'd pretty much hold the Lego toy set over like my head, like whenever like I was like out in public, or like whenever I was like not behaving well in their terms. So I have this
How old were you?
like 8 or 9 or 7, one of those three.
It's
So I
better
was
than 18.
younger.
I had
Yeah.
something similar in that my mom was a flight attendant
Uh-huh.
when I was young. So I would always ask her bring some Lego back home
Mhm.
when she comes back. But one time I was playing football in my living room and I hit the ball right into an aquarium and everything started falling. It was right before school too. So my dad is just like, I will kill you, but I have to save these fish before. And so he saves it, and then I can hear him in the other room just like tell my mom that. So that day when she came back from whatever fucking flight, it was not Legos, just like some fucking clothes. So it always just like kind of like make my heart break.
When you said you were playing football, did you mean soccer?
Yeah, soccer, like kick a ball in an aquarium.
I don't
The
know.
NFL
I don't know
theme's
why
going
I
on.
didn't have to
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
clarify. Like I just knew. You said
Yeah.
football and
I thought you meant-
knew.
I thought that
thought-
would be a funny joke.
I thought you meant football though, like because that's how American I am. And like I was like expecting you to like fucking throw in the old pig hair. Or the
My
pig
brother was
skin or
playing
whatever.
with me
The
too.
pig skin.
My brother was playing it with me too.
Oh,
Didn't get
man.
any sort of punishment.
Yeah, my siblings sometimes would get out of certain things, and I wouldn't. There was also this one time. This is like a smaller Lego story where like I got this Lego Bat Cave thing, and I never fucking built the Bat Cave because I don't know how to do that shit. Fucking instruction.
It comes with
Yeah, fuck the
instructions.
instruction
Okay.
manuals. I don't care. I just wanted
Do
like.
you just build the
I just
the
wanted
figures and you're
dude.
done
I
with
just
it?
wanted Batman and Robin. That was all.
Okay. Okay.
And it like
I
came.
can respect that.
It came with like a computer screen where it had like all of Batman's like rogue gallery, and like you had to like attach the stickers to, like the little Lego thing when you attached it. I didn't know that it did that. So like on Christmas Day, like I just like handed out like the stickers like to my grandparents, like, oh, here you go. It's like fucking Killer Croc and his ugly ass mouth and red teeth on the screen. It's like, oh, here you go, Grandma. And yeah,
I'm sure your grandma loved it.
oh no, I don't think she did. Oh no, it was my dead grandpa who's he was a jerk, so I don't care. He passed away.
He's
Kate,
dead.
what was your favorite childhood toy?
I don't really. Nothing comes to mind right away, but I do remember growing up.
Did you play with toys as a kid?
I did. I just don't. None of them were that important to me. I guess.
Did you play with guns as a kid?
We did have these little fake revolvers that had like shot paper in them.
Oh, I got those too.
Oh,
I got
so
those
like
too.
when you pulled the hammer back, it would
yeah.
actually make this really loud noise and like a little fake smoke would come up.
That's cool.
which
Those
was
are
really,
awesome.
Which
Those
was
are awesome.
really fun.
That's cool.
I remember.
But when my sister and I had, I think it was my godfather, which is like my dad's best friend growing up, got for me when I was really little. It was just this really, really like abnormally large baby doll. And so like me being like probably 2 or 3 just called her Big Baby.
Big baby.
Little
That's
did I
awesome.
know I would become Big Baby
Damn.
later on in
Aw.
life.
Dude, that video of the giant baby sitting on this man's stomach. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
No.
That's terrifying.
It's like how the peanut butter baby was huge.
Yeah.
What?
There's a baby that's like almost like it's this big. It's like, what is this? Like 2 feet?
A
Tall?
big baby went viral on Twitter.
Okay.
And like it's not supposed to be that big. It's like it was.
Was it a newborn?
Yeah, almost.
Oh man.
X'd out. That was probably
Honestly,
like a 6-month-old baby.
Yeah,
I don't know,
It didn't
man.
look
That's
like a
still huge.
newborn.
That's still-
It was still in a diaper.
That's how big
Have
my
you
4-year-old
seen-
sister
Okay,
is.
you know like toddlers wear diapers,
Yeah,
right?
have you seen the kind of parents that leave
Walking
their kids on
children wear
diapers, man?
diapers.
Wait, when you say the peanut butter kid, are you talking about the one that goes? Okay, good.
When I was a kid,
I love that video.
Yes.
I had a favorite toy. It was I called him Spider Hulk, and it was just this big, blocky, like only 5 points of articulation Spider-Man, but he was like so much bigger than the regular toys I had. And I knew as a kid that there was an action figure out there that was literally Hulk as Spider-Man, but I could never get it because it was like $200 fucking dollars. So I just pretended this big, like, bulky Spider-Man that was taller than everyone was Spider Hulk. But as a kid, I would get in fights with my little brother over like toys and like who could play with what during what time. And so my parents one day just took Spider Hulk away from me and they put him on the top of the china cabinet where I could never get to him.
Fuck that.
And the punishment was very unclear. I don't remember what I did wrong or anything. I just remember I always wanted Spider Hulk back, and occasionally I'd like try to peek up there and find him, but he never came back.
Damn.
Like he never came down from that china cabinet ever.
I
lived.
Is he still there?
He disappeared, and I've never asked my parents what happened because I know they already forgot.
That's awful.
I know. I'm haunted by it
That
to this
was
day.
your favorite toy, and they hid it, and you never got it back.
I remember specifically they were like, which one of these is your favorite? And then I picked him and I sent him away.
Oh my god.
That's weird.
And he never came back.
I
Okay.
used to like do that, like not the taking away and hiding thing, but I used to like pretend like certain toys were certain characters because I like never like was able to own them. I used to like I remember I used to have like this fucking Lego character where he just had a bike helmet on, and I like had like this red cape that I ended up just Sharpieing black, and I was like, oh, that's Batman. And it like looks nothing like fucking Batman, and like the Sharpie barely stuck on, so it was like this weird black mangled thing with like red peeking out. It was really funny.
Dude,
Okay.
I had
Imagination is powerful.
I had one of these RC remote cars that it hits a wall, it turns around, and you can just
Oh wait, I
ride it.
remember commercials for
Yeah,
those.
I had it blue. I called it Sonic because I was really into
That's
Sonic.
awesome, dude. Sonic's awesome.
And yeah, Sonic was cool. Like when you had 128 kilobytes per second Wi-Fi, and you had to like wait 3 hours for the page to load, and then play it for like 5 minutes before someone has to take a call. And I loved it. And one day, because my brother and I always do this thing, which is very petty, where you get into the smallest fight, and then you just take something valuable and hide it.
No.
And they cannot find it.
like penicillin and
Yeah, you cannot have your fucking insulin today. And like, I love that toy, and to this day, I don't know where he just put it.
no,
Like, he never gave it back.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awful.
One time I had a toy Batman, and it was given to me, and it had this like spider backpack thing on it, and I thought it was super cool, and it was like detachable and stuff, and I was like, I can't wait to play with this, and then I dropped it. Never found it again. Like I swore, like I was like, I can't explain this except like it had to have been a portal or something. Like
I understand that
my floor,
totally.
My floor was clean. The only thing is that it was dark in the room. I dropped it, never saw it again. Nobody, like, no kids came and could have taken it or anything. I scoured, like, my whatever room that was for that toy, could never find it. I never saw it again.
I'm sure there's glitches in the universe like this. I walked out the bathroom the other day, and the little cat was there, Ramses, and I start playing with it and everything, and I just get up. And Brandon is there.
What?
Like on the floor playing with the cat. And I swear I did not see him the whole time.
Brandon is kind of a glitch in the system.
I
though.
imagine like you just like literally drop the toy and then just like pops out of
No,
it and
that's
just
what it
leaves
looked
thin air.
like.
Like you're
Got
looking at it too
Thanos.
and just
Yeah.
Oh, what the
Thanos
fuck?
snapped it away.
You probably did.
I had a clone trooper from episode 3. It just generic white clone trooper, and it was also one of my favorites as a kid. And I'd take him around the house and wage clone wars with him.
Yeah.
One time he just disappeared and was
Really?
gone.
And
I didn't remember like how he disappeared or what. Years later, he was dug out of a couch, except that couch was like routinely like cleaned and everything. It's like it had been cleaned and emptied out so many times, but then this one time they just dug deep enough where it had come loose from wherever it was in that couch,
Man.
and it was finally found. I felt so much joy
Truly,
that it was back in my
any
life.
awesome.
couch that is not a pull-out couch, you will lose
Yep.
anything
Oh,
and
so much.
everything.
That's
Yep.
true.
That's
I-
why, like, if you can get a pull-out couch, get one because you can literally open up the entire inside
Yeah.
and find everything.
I had like a somewhat of a similar thing. So at school, I don't know if like I'm mixing up the two stories together. I'm just going to tell it as one. At school, at the time, we were like, for a certain point at my elementary school, we were allowed to like bring toys, and then eventually that got banned because kids were stealing them, or it was just a distraction to learning.
Yeah.
And there'd be this one kid where some kids in my class were into Star Wars, like how I was. So we'd like some of us own like these 3-inch clone troopers, and like there was this one kid that would bring in Sharpie marker, and he's like, okay, hey, I can make your stormtrooper look really fucking cool. And he like basically like makes the stormtrooper black all over, and it actually kind of did look cool.
That's cool.
And like it looked completely black, and like I think one day like I like gave him my stormtrooper, and I was like, okay, like take it home and color it. And he he brought it back to me one day, and like it was the same thing. And I brought it to school either like another grade later or a couple months later, and like I let this kid borrow it, and I'm like, oh hey, can you give that back to me? Because I think I let him take it home. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I
Gaslit
stole
you.
it.
Damn it.
What the
And he's
fuck?
like, I didn't steal that. I don't know what you're talking about. It's mine.
Oh my
And he said it's
gosh.
mine. I remember having also. I just Joe Biden. I forget.
Yeah, okay, so it's not a toy specifically, but I remember when I got a ukulele for the first time, and it was the greatest thing because it was my own money. I made it, and I bought it online, and it came home. It shipped here, and my brother and I got into some fucking fight, and he got so mad that he literally took my ukulele and smashed it.
No.
Right?
Why?
Like, and I was like, I was raging when that happened, and
That's your origin story.
I was so mad.
Junaid
No,
was
wait.
never the same.
I was so mad that I was like, what can I take from him that will that will destroy him? And I saw his license.
His virginity.
And I saw his
No,
driver's
stop.
license, the driver's license that he had, and it was just a piece of paper in a Mauritius. And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking tear this. So I just tore it up and just threw it away.
Oh.
So for a month he
shit.
couldn't drive after that.
That's hilarious.
Wait,
Fair,
and so-
fair, totally
That
fair
is
and justified.
That is fair.
Yeah, I think that
He
yeah,
kind
that
of
is fair, but-
he destroyed art.
Wait, so your parents, would they mediate? Like would they be the arbiters of whether or not this is fair?
My parents just took other kids' side every time.
Yeah.
I remember
My parents normally would do that, but then at some point before they could even start the argument, we were both in our rooms already.
Yeah.
So what they did is just they took the locks off
Oh.
on both. both the,
I know
God.
my parents, if my sister and I were fighting and it was particularly bad, they would sit us on the couch and they would make us hold hands and just wait.
That's cute.
And usually after a few minutes we would start like giggling and whatever. But like,
Aww.
I'm not gonna lie, I was almost always in the wrong. Like I was almost always like
What would you do?
tormenting my sister in some way.
Yeah.
God.
Just because she was like, I already knew because she was born way long. She was just like a fucking long baby.
Oh,
And
like
so-
literally long.
And yeah, and so
Okay.
they told us when we were young, they were like, oh, Kate's gonna be 6 feet tall and Tori's gonna be 6'2", and it was like, holy shit. So I was like, I better get ahead of this and beat her up while I can.
Damn.
I remember I was.
How tall are you? Are you 6 foot?
No, I am 5'9".
You should go sue that doctor. Holy shit.
You should.
I'm still like in some ridiculously small percentage of how tall women usually are. I think the average is like 5'4",
Yeah, I could see
and
that.
it's like 5'9" is still like very tail end.
I remember one day I was like really sick with the flu, like sick that I could like barely move, and me and my brother would like play fight sometimes, and like I'd like sometimes would win, and other times my little brother would win, and like one day I'm like really sick and I'm laying like in my bed or like in a beanbag at home. I'm just like laying down, like just watching TV. My brother comes up and he's like, "Now I get to win," and he just starts wailing on me and touching me while I was sick. I'm like, "No, stop!"
You were sick.
Yeah, well,
You
I
were
was sick.
sick?
Oh
Because
my
he could
God.
win now. And I
He beat the shit out of you when
Yeah.
you were sick.
yeah, and I couldn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
And it
He
hurt.
just walked up and it's like, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
revenge.
and it hurt too because my body is like really frail
Oh
and
my
like it
God.
feels awful
Oh my
whenever I'm
God.
sick. So like he got some good licks in,
my
and like I
What a
didn't tell my
bastard.
parents.
That sucks, man.
Speaking of things disappearing and going out of nowhere, I used to think that toys were real. I think it was because like I didn't have too many
Like-
friends.
Like
Like
Toy
Toy
Story?
Story?
Like
Yeah.
Toy Story,
Okay.
I'd be like, oh yeah, they move around like whenever like I'm not around, and they like go back into the same place whenever I walk in the room. I remember like talking about this like at church with like these little kids, and then like this little kid was nodding and like believing me, and then he like looks to the side like as I'm like looking away to go talk. As I'm looking away, I looked away from the mic. As I'm looking
That
away,
was cute.
yeah, as I'm looking away to go talk to somebody else or something, and like I hear him say, "Yeah, that's not true," and I look at him and I'm like, "Yes, it is. Shut up." But yeah, it never turned out to be true.
My theory's falling apart.
Yeah.
I must have been extremely like jaded as a kid because my parents and grandparents would joke with me like that was true because I brought my figures everywhere with me as a kid. Anytime we left the house, they came with me. And it's like I'd go to my grandpa's and I'd like leave them where I'm gonna be sleeping, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're up there like moving around right now. You should go check." And I'm like, "No, they're not. Like, no, they're not. They're not real."
You're like,
Like,
"Don't
"Oh, you
try
should
to
go
lie to me."
check." And I'd go upstairs and I'm like, "Oh yeah, they haven't moved." Guess what? Also on the fucking little brothers and parents note, if my little brother wanted anything, all he had to do was stand in front of me and just start wailing and crying.
Dude,
then-
my aunt and my mom have a great story with that. My mom's parents got divorced when my mom was 10, and my mom was at a sleepover shortly after. They were pretty young, and my aunt Colleen was like crying in her room, and she's like, "Wah, wah, Bridget hit me," and my grandmother was like, "She's not even here." Like, what are you talking about?
Oh man.
But he could turn it on like a switch, you know?
It's crazy how
Like
they
you'd
can do
see
that. Yeah.
like his face just switch, and I would always like be like, "God fucking damn it." Like one time he wanted to play on the PlayStation 2 when I was on it or something, and I was just like, "No, I'm playing right now." And
Yeah.
just the switch. You see him just start and then like he just starts
God.
screaming and crying. And my
God.
mom's like, "What the fuck is going on up there? Robbie, what the fuck did you do?" I didn't fucking do anything. I said no.
And you
I
know
told
she
him
doesn't
no.
believe that.
I used to do that with my little brother, but I don't think he wouldn't cry except for this one incident, which I won't go into today, unless anyway.
Keep going.
I used to like do the thing where it's like you tell your little brother that you're playing the game when you don't want him to play.
Oh yeah.
And like
yeah,
we were
yeah.
playing like Lego, because you know how like when you're usually playing a Lego video game, you have like the two characters with you. You have another character with you. Like I gave him the remote, and like I hid the plug-in to the PS2 remote under a blanket, so it looked like he was fucking playing. But I don't think he ever figured it out except like one day.
Stupid ass.
And there was this fucking one day where we were like playing like in the yard or in our front yard. and I literally threw like an empty water bottle at him. And like he like started like fake crying, and I was like, "Oh shit, Elijah, stop fucking crying! Stop fucking!" I wasn't saying fucking. I was like, "Stop crying!" And like he was like, "Oh, I got you," because he was like fake crying too. But
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time because his fake cries were fairly well. Other times though, they'd be real, and I'd like have trouble believing him. Really.
Okay. What were we talking about?
Stupid ass
yeah.
little
Okay.
brothers and
So not a little
toys.
brother, but speaking of a story of somebody who would cry or in this case lie about bodily harm. I had like I was in maybe the 3rd grade or something. I was playing I think Baldur's Gate 2 or Baldur's Gate 1. It was a PS2 game. I was playing it at my friend Tristan's house, who's also a Star Bandit. And there was this neighbor kid who really wanted to play with us, and he came over and he asked if we wanted to play, but we were like really into this game, and so we were like, "Sorry, dude, like we're really into this 2-player game right now. Maybe we can play tomorrow." And so he's like, "All right, cool," and he goes home. And then I get a call from my mom, and she tells me to come home. And so I go home, and then my mom's like, "Marcus, why the hell did you beat up Devin?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And then she was like, "Don't just cut to the chase. Why did you beat him up?" And I was like, "I did not beat him up." And then she was like, "Well, how come he came and told me that you beat him up? And how come his mom came and told me that you beat him up?" And I was like, "I have no idea." And then 30 minutes later, the parents come back. Devin's parents come back, and they say that they went to Tristan's house, asked him if we beat him up, and they said yes. The parents. And I was like, what is going on here? And I call Tristan, and I'm like, hey, we didn't beat up Devin, did we? Because I'm pretty sure we just told him we couldn't play. And then he's like, yeah, no, we didn't beat him up. And I was like, did his parents come to your house and ask you if we beat him up and you said yes? And then he was like, no, that never happened.
God damn it.
That is insane.
Yeah. So the kid, little kid, or not, he was a year younger than me. So like 2nd grade kid lies to his parents, and his parents back him up based on nothing.
Yep, I hate favoritism.
Pathetic
And they
fucking
lied.
parents,
Yeah, it was
man.
crazy.
not only backing him up no matter what, like whatever. Parents
Yeah.
can be like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
but
absolutely.
then to lie to cover
Lie.
everyone's ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
It was bullshit. I was like, I was so dumbfounded. I was a little kid, and I knew that this should never happen. Like, I knew this was not normal behavior ever.
Please tell me he turned out all right.
I think so.
Because-
I think so.
Yeah,
We-
hopefully he didn't turn into a trans-dimensional coward like his parents.
Yeah, we continued being friends for that like many years after.
Okay,
but
well, he probably
yeah.
was
That's good.
somewhat all right.
I'm friends
then.
with him on Facebook. I'm pretty sure he's doing all right.
Okay.
Devin, if you happen to be listening to this podcast, I love you.
I hope your parents weren't always like that,
Yeah.
Devin.
So
Jesus.
speaking of parents, what the fuck would y'all do if your dad dressed up as Homer Simpson, and walked up to you, and that was the scenario? What would happen?
I'd fucking look him in the eye and kiss him
Really? You like Homer Simpson that much?
using tongue and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
What about y'all? I feel like y'all got some Homer Simpson dads.
Oh man. What is the question again? Say it again.
What would you do if your dad dressed up as Homer Simpson? Like he just walked up to you and was like, "I'm Homer. I'm Homer." Or however the fuck he sounds.
Don't.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he says, "Don't."
I feel
Yeah.
like having Homer Simpson as your dad it would always be interesting because of the
Yeah,
stuff he's
it's
doing.
especially interesting when he wraps his hands around your throat and starts going, "You stupid fucking
Yeah, it's like you either die of asphyxiation or of the radiation poisoning in his fingers.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is he radiated? Is that why he's
He works
yellow?
at a nuclear power plant or
Oh.
something like
Isn't
that.
that like your
Yeah.
dad?
Israel looked at me when he said that, and
sorry.
my dad does not work at a nuclear power plant. For most of his life, he did work at a chemical plant in good old fucking Deer Park, Texas. But my dad is currently a truck driver.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Truck drivers are cool.
I don't know what to do with this question because I don't even think my dad is a huge fan of The Simpsons.
no, just like
and
what
so
if
if,
just what if
if
one
I
day
came home and he was just dressed as Homer Simpson, is he like painting himself yellow as well?
Yeah, like it's just like a Joker
like,
moment.
He
like
already
where,
kind of wears like
Joker
white
moment.
shirt.
Joker
With
moment?
fucking Homer Simpson.
yeah,
How
he
is this a Joker
Well, I mean,
moment?
like just like reaching your peak of.
These are
of,
two very different.
No, I mean not
creatures.
a. I mean like painting yourself and like going
Dude,
insane.
you trying
in the
to
mirror,
save this
like,
fucking
crying
question
with
is
the-
just
with the-
gold.
with
My
the
dad-
cello music.
Yes.
My dad in the past, like the only time I ever see him dress up is like for Renfest or Halloween,
Really?
and like he usually doesn't really go all out. Like he'll just put on a like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat outfit or just
Yeah.
medieval attire vaguely. So going all out, painting himself to look like Homer Simpson, and then coming up to being like, "Oh, what's up, son? I think I'd be impressed that he's let himself become that playful. I don't know what to say. I'd be like, well, hello. What is this? What is the occasion? Am I supposed to be Bart in this role play?
Where's mom?
Where's
Where's my brother?
Is my mom okay?
Why is this an abandoned house?
Oh,
They went on
man.
a vacation.
My mom fucking. My mom.
There are two of
My
us.
mom's dyed her hair before, so I could see her.
Did she dye it blue like Marge? And was
I think she's done blue before.
really.
Nice.
She normally does like purple or like reddish though.
Dude, I don't know what your parents look like, and I imagine they look exactly like you. I know you're adopted, but
Well, my mom, I've
Bombshell.
noticed as I've gotten older, I have my mom's like smile.
yeah.
We look pretty similar. If you saw my dad, you would believe he's my dad.
Okay.
Junaid saw him and Israel saw him.
Yep,
It's true.
I seen that man.
But yeah, what would I do? I would try to assess the situation and understand.
Kate, Kate, what would you do?
I'd probably give him a beer and then come back to Austin.
That seems
Hey, he's
reasonable.
Homer Simpson. That's what he needs,
That's
right?
true. You'd give him Duff.
Okay,
beer.
what if
No,
what
definitely
if
not.
what if
Not
then
Dove.
you walk outside and you're in like the village or the neighborhood that they're in The Simpsons?
Oh, fuck that.
And
I'm
like,
going-
you're
I'm
like
waking up.
you're in
What
the
is it?
animated world.
It's like
Deer Park is Springfield.
Yeah, it
okay,
is.
let's be
Springfield.
honest
oh,
here.
No,
Yeah.
everybody in
oh,
Springfield's a
absolutely.
fucking.
Yeah, Deer Park is Springfield.
Never mind.
You just replace the nuclear power plant with the chemical plants that are going to give you cancer. I mean, it's all the same thing at the end of the day.
There was a place in Illinois called Springfield. and
Really?
Yeah, it was nothing like the Homer.
I've heard that he pitched that show. Like he wanted to pitch another show, and he realized right before the pitch meeting that he didn't like it. He didn't like the idea, so he drew things on a napkin really quickly and just gave it to them, and they immediately said
That's
yes to
OP.
it.
That's awesome.
And that's how he ended up in Jeffrey Epstein's fight log.
All right, let's.
Good God,
Oh my
man!
God.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
Wow. So let's go
What
back a little
fucking
bit.
down.
I know.
I got something. One time,
Famous cartoon.
I was in middle school, and I really wanted a Game Boy Color so I could play Pokemon Gold, and I started asking around, like, "Hey, do you have an old Pokemon Color that you don't want?" And eventually, some guy said yes, and he said, "I'll sell it to you." And I was like, "Sweet." And he was like, "Let me. Well, let's think of a price." So basically, what happened? I really wanted this Game Boy Color. He really wanted to scam me with multiple layers. So he said, "How about $10?" And I was like, "Cool. I can do $10." Then some other guy came up and said, "I'll give you 15." And then my lizard brain knew what was going. Or no, I'm sorry. My lizard brain wanted the Game Boy at all costs. But I knew what was going on. I knew I heavily suspected that they're in kudos. And so I said, "I'll give you 20." And I was like, "Fuck, I shouldn't say that. And I should not do that." And then he said, "Deal." I paid 20 when I was originally supposed to pay 10. Got the Game Boy Color. It was broken. And then I saw him give
God.
that guy $5.
Oh,
I
man.
was so
Damn,
upset. I was
man.
so upset.
I used to
Damn.
do this thing at school where.
Please tell me you didn't.
No. I not that thing, but this thing where my grandparents or just comics I collected throughout time, I'd go to school and I'd fill my backpack up with comics. And I'd be like, I didn't really have too many friends, and I thought giving people comic books that they never really read or cared about, like, would let them be my friend. But and I'd be like, oh hey, I got some comics, and it's like I got Spider-Man, I got the Avengers, I got Batman.
I feel like it's a really good start.
But everybody would just take the comics, be like, oh thanks, bye, and then they'd go to the next class.
If you came
and
up to, yeah, that's
some days like
you
kids
wouldn't wanna be their
would
friends
walk up
anyways.
to me and be like, yeah, thank you for those comics. I sold them at the local comic shop, and I was like, oh cool, man.
Shit.
And
what the
Did
fuck?
you
Yeah.
guys? Did you guys play marbles?
Marbles?
Yeah.
No.
Did
Mar-
with
there
my
were-
grandfather.
Really? This is the only thing we could play.
How do you,
like,
how do
there
you
were
play
certain-
marbles? I
there
don't
were-
understand.
like you have a bunch of marbles that you have, and they're all sizes, all sort of like patterns on them. You know, the nice pattern is big boy, so you're like on top of the hierarchy in the
Yeah.
fourth graders, and like you're just supposed to like throw them around, and then if you hit the other
Do you
one,
throw them or do you like use your thumb?
you flick them. You flick them,
Yeah.
and if you hit it, then if you hit it like 3 out of 5 times or something, then you get their marble. So it's a trading system.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
And-
so you try to.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
try
get
to
all the
get
marbles.
everything.
Yeah.
Wait, and like you keep the marble.
Yeah, you keep it forever.
That's scary.
Yeah. And
That's scary.
It's gambling.
it is gambling. It was awesome. And
I did gambling at school before.
Is it with marbles?
No, we did it like just with little tiny pieces of paper. It wasn't anything big.
well, you also gamble friendship with comic books.
Yep.
True.
But so one time, as always happens, I lost everything. I lost all my marbles.
This is the best
You
fucking bet.
lost your marbles.
Yeah, I lost it. And there was like there was an expensive sort of Persian game at home that had spherical marbles. It was not to play, but it was just for decoration.
Mm-hmm.
And it needed all of them. And I thought, I will just take one. So that I'll just take one so that I can get them all back.
Dude, this
It'll
is
work.
Uncut Gems. This is
Yeah,
literally
it'll
Uncut
work.
Gems.
And the next day I lost it, and I couldn't stop
Fuck,
crying
dude.
after that.
Objects.
sad.
That oh man, that is really
There's a Walter White moment there.
that's
There's-
fucked. You took an important gamble and lost.
Yeah.
There.
You gambled something that wasn't yours and lost it.
Hey,
Yeah.
he was doing it for his family.
That is
It was the
oh,
first time I stole from my family, technically.
That
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how I would have felt after that.
Yeah, it
objects
was
like
horrible.
objects like marbles and like dice, and there were I don't know what these were called, but it was like these rocks that like go zzz, and like you can like throw them up in the air and then they'll
Oh,
connect
like
right
the
away.
magnets.
Yeah, those were like banned from my school, and whoever like brought it home or like brought it to school would like get them taken away like that from like the teachers if they
Mhm.
caught them with you. Like objects like that, like it'd either like a kid would eat them, or a kid would
What?
or a kid would like slip and fall on them, or like they'd use them as a weapon to like hurt a kid.
Yeah.
I know that
Damn.
like we had a silly bands thing, and that caused a whole fucking mess with my school.
I remember silly
And then
bands.
at one of my I wasn't in middle school at the time, but I remember hearing that at a middle school I used to go to, when we had the fucking fidget spinner phase. There's like this one kid that used it as like a brass knuckle in a fight.
Holy shit.
Even
Wow.
And you can use those like the metal ones, like you can fuck
I
somebody
can't
up
believe
with
I
them.
never even like thought of that.
No,
never
yeah,
thought of
no,
that.
he got one
It's
on
almost
you.
like you're not innately like a violent person.
Okay,
That's
but like
true, that's true.
like sure, yeah, but like every time those things come around, like fucking silly bands or whatever, like I don't know. I can't believe I never fucking thought of someone
Yeah.
using a fidget
It
spinner.
was probably
to hurt
just like
someone.
a lizard brain instinct to be like, okay, what do I got on me, and then just
I was so
No.
used
Or
to
maybe it
just
was a planned
trading
fight.
them with each other. I never thought they'd use them as weapons.
no, yeah,
Crazy.
I've accidentally like dropped and hit those things in like my big toe once, and it hurts. So I can only imagine what it feels like to your fucking teeth or something, depending on where you're punching. Oof. Anyway,
Well,
Oh, man.
yeah.
When I was in kindergarten, I don't remember much of kindergarten because I was still fucking dumbass kid, but it was a weird program they had where every once in a while they'd have like guest people come in and like teach you random fucking skills. And one time they had like this clay sculptor come in, and we got to like mold and sculpt little ladybugs out of clay.
Nice.
And I did pretty much like the best ladybug. Like I followed the instructions to a T as they were being done in front of me, and
Yeah.
like all the kids were like, "Oh, Robbie, you have such a great ladybug! Oh my god, ah!" And this one kid that I was like friends with, and I'm like, oh, this is like an awesome dude here. He's my friend. He's like, hey, I have this trash ladybug. You want to switch ladybugs with me, and I'll take yours home, and you'll take mine home, and then we can show our parents. And I didn't think too hard about it. I'm like, oh, this is my friend. Sure, I'll let him have my ladybug. I'll let him take the ladybug and show off his parents, because like, hey, it's cool. Let him take it. And so then my mom picked me up after school. I'm like, mommy, we made ladybugs today. Look at this one my friend made. And my mom's like, oh, that's really cool, son. Your friend made that? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, well, did you make one? And I'm like, yeah, but I let him have it. And she was like, well, I want to see your ladybug. And I'm like, oh, don't worry, it'll be back. He'll bring it back. He never brought it back.
Fuck
man.
that kid.
Did you beat him up?
No. I would ask about it. Like, hey, do you have that ladybug? Like, can I? My mom really wants to see it. And like, he just never
Fuck that
never
kid,
brought
man.
it back.
Like sacred family heirloom now
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
shelf somewhere.
Ladybugs are supposed to be good luck too, so that's sad.
You gave your luck away to some
He got,
snot-nosed,
there was an exchange of luck.
godless kid.
I
Maybe
will
there's
do
an
anything
exchange.
for my friends. But yeah, my mom, she did keep the trash ladybug for a while, but eventually it disappeared.
Yeah.
But another time we did clay sculpting again, except this time we made pots, and then like they cooked the clay and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Mine did
And
too.
so when we got it back, we had to paint it as well.
Yeah.
I kept mine this time, and I
Good.
gave it to my mom, and
Good.
she still has it to this day.
Oh.
That's
Aw.
really cute. I love
Yeah.
it.
That's
So-
cute. I remember when we did like this clay pot thing activity in school. I think we were just supposed to like make a pot, but I ended up like making the annoying orange and apple, and I folded like a small just ball of like clay, and like I like got like a toothpick and I put like 2 dots in and a smile. I don't know like what grade I got, and I ended up like painting it orange too, and then same for the apple. I don't think I ever like made a bowl though or anything like that. I
Yeah.
probably failed, but
I remember we had art class once a week, and it was always like one of the fun classes because our art teacher was so much fun. She was just like one of those teachers that she was the distraction because
Oh, yeah?
you like couldn't take your eyes off her
Mhm.
because she was just so fun, and like she just kept your attention really, really well.
Mhm.
And we had a project where we had to make like a little figurine person and then like something that they had with them. And so the figurine was made of like tinfoil with like a yarn around it, and then the thing that we made was made of clay. We got to paint it, and I made a little guy with a guitar, and I have it like on like a shelf in my bedroom back home. And I remember always thinking, because my parents always really liked it for whatever reason, they were like, "Oh, that's so like creative and good," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, I guess." But it's still sitting on my shelf, and I think about it sometimes.
That's awesome.
cute.
It is awesome.
I remember that we had a class, and one teacher was for most subjects, right? So we're just in this class for the majority of the day. So like she was like one of the best teachers ever. And what she would do is she would give challenges to the groups as they sat in the tables. And what would happen is once you won the challenge, you get to make a totem in clay, and then you put it on the wall. And the highest totem at the end of the school year gets some giant prize. So like we each had like specific totems for like every group. So that was like extremely fun way to learn back then.
Interesting.
That's
so
really cool.
how would they progress?
Like you could make your totem however you wanted, and then just put it over each other, and we would just put a stick in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's
That
cool.
is very cool.
We used to have like a card system where like you have a green card, yellow card, red card,
Us too.
and I didn't give a shit what that was, and like because like once they told me there was no real consequence of getting a red card, I let all hell break loose basically.
There was
like
no consequence?
no, okay, they were like, yeah, we'll call your mom, and I was like, okay, call my mom.
For
I want.
us, it was you had to go to the principal's office.
It
Oh
was-
wait, and principal's
It
office.
was either principal's office, detention, or phone call from home, depending on what the teacher was feeling that day.
There was all these kids who would brag about like, oh, I've gone all year with the green card, and like once I was past the point where I couldn't say that anymore, I was like, I already fucked up. I can't say that I can like have a clean record anymore. I might as well go all out and just be awful.
That's
So-
awesome. That's awesome.
I
respect.
totally relate.
I
Like,
respect-
did your
I
school have
respect you.
prefects and all that stuff?
Have what?
Prefects?
Oh,
Do you know what that
definitely
is?
No.
I mean, I know what it is, but we didn't have that.
What is that?
It's like the upper class that is like they have to control the lower classes.
No,
you
no,
didn't
we
have
didn't.
that.
That's
No.
that's capitalism.
yeah.
No,
So
we
we
didn't.
had that, and you had to have your badge say prefect.
Uh-huh.
And one time, because I thought this was like gold, it was the thing you had to have. And one time I lost it, and I was afraid, like I was almost to the verge of tears. And they called me to the principal office, and I thought this is why, because I lost it. Like they're gonna kick me out of school or something.
Oh shit.
And then this fucking principal jigs up a huge bag of like prefect badges and puts it on the table. And like I remember my mind being blown that, oh my god, she's controlling the supply chain
Oh, man.
of these
These were so
prefect
valuable.
badges. I thought these were so valuable.
Oh man.
In my fucking elementary school, we had like currency. Like if you were a good kid, you'd get like a fucking school dollar, and if you got enough, you got to go to the principal's office and like whatever. I never cared about any of that shit. None of the rewards were like appealing to me.
Yeah.
Until I found out there were Power Rangers action figures in the principal's chest.
Oh
Fuck
my
yeah.
God.
To the point where I would like collect these dollars. Like I'd pick them up if like someone wasn't looking or like
I'd beat up the kids.
I'd
in the
wander
stall.
around the hallway and find them. I'd like gamble with kids and be like, hey, you want my fucking chips today or my cookies? To the point where like I would get them and then I'd go like every other week, and then eventually they ran out of the Power Ranger stuff.
No.
And I was like, okay, supply and demand, right? Like I didn't understand supply and demand, but I was like, if I take all the Power Rangers, that means they'll have to bring more in.
Yeah.
And so I kept collecting, and then after a certain point, like they weren't getting new Power Rangers, and I would just get a
No.
dumb school pride T-shirt
doing-
that would sit at the
Sucks.
bottom of my drawer, and so
Damn.
You're doing
I just
prison
gave up.
gambling. Prison gambling as a
Fucking-
kindergartner.
Fucking
Yeah,
Wolf
yeah.
of Wall Street with y'all too. Holy shit.
Did you make a shiv?
I wanted the Power Rangers, man. Like
Robbie
I
takes, like,
saw
a-
action figures and like lizard brain activated. I want action
You
figures.
made
Robbie-
chess pieces out of soap.
Robbie-
Killed a guy.
Robbie like takes like a spork from like the cafeteria and just shanks like a little kid in the fucking bathroom.
No. The only
Holy
time I was
shit.
violent in school was kindergarten.
Yeah.
And we know those stories.
We do know the story.
And those violences were random,
Yeah.
unpredictable, and
Yeah.
purposeless, senseless, just
No.
just to entertain myself because I was bored in school.
I think we talked about it on either the first or the second episode of the podcast. What you did, but go ahead and explain again.
It was brought up once or twice, but the story wasn't told. So there's two incidents, three technically, but one of them wasn't anything. So the first one, I don't know, man. Like I can't get back in the headspace because it's been so long. But I was just a kid, and you're going to school, and you're not at home anymore. The consequences aren't the same. And so as a kid, I'd role play with my brother, like we'd be superheroes and stuff, and like we would play fight, but it was never like that serious. But then going to school, you don't get to play fight or anything, you're just sitting at a fucking desk all day, bored out of your mind. So sometimes I'd go to the bathroom, and just to entertain myself, I'd pick a fight. Except like I would just start committing violence against someone. Like one time, this kid who was definitely a few years older than me had just finished like taking a shit, and like he gets up, you hear the toilet flush. I swung open the stall door. I like threw my head back and like roared. I was like, ah! And then I headbutted him right in the gut.
Oh,
And he was a
God.
heavier kid, so like I didn't miss, and he definitely felt it because I ran right into his gut.
You
And
did a
then-
bull charge.
Yeah, I didn't realize that wasn't play until
Yeah.
he started crying.
yeah.
As a kid, you're just stupid. And when he started crying, I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I'm going to get in trouble. And so I hid in the next stall over, which hadn't been flushed in fucking forever. Like, there was just shit in it. And I remember just standing in that stall, like, what am I going to do? He's gone out. He's going to tell the teachers, I am fucked. I'm shit. It's over for me. 'cause, kindergarten, like, you go to the restroom as a class, so like everyone's out there already.
Dude, I'm just imagining how awful this stall looks.
Robbie's
What?
like,
And I just
Robbie-
remember just like
get that detail.
Yeah.
Every time you told that
Robbie-
story.
It's covered in shit.
I just remember staring into the toilet like
and it was
it's
staring
over.
back at you.
Yes, literally.
Robbie's like, oh, I need to make the smell go away, so he shits in it again.
I didn't
make
want to
smell
flush
like me.
it. I didn't want to flush it either because I didn't want to give away my position.
Yeah, that's smart though. I would have done that. Probably.
Eventually, though, I was like, I gotta go, and so I went out, and like, of course, they were waiting for me, and I faced no consequences from that because I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, and then like they're like, oh, you're just a stupid ass kid. Go stand over here and like talk to this like guy, and the guy was just like, so like, don't do that again,
That's
Nice.
OP. That's
and so my
OP.
parents never heard about that.
Oh wait, that's good.
Yeah, and then
Maybe not, but
it happened another time.
you.
Basically the same thing, except the kid was Spanish speaking. He didn't speak like a lick of English, and so I just like walked into the bathroom and I just started like slapping him, like just slapping the shit out of him, like kid slapping, and he didn't know what was going on because I was role playing one-sided with him.
Yeah.
And he ran out of the bathroom crying too at one point.
Oh man.
And then I also hid, except this time I wasn't accompanied. I was on my own. And then I was like, oh, nothing's going to happen. So I just went back to class.
Damn.
Fucked. Like super fucked.
Like he was
no one
crying,
knows about
He was
that.
crying out of the stall, and then he looks back. He's like, "Why did no one flush this one toilet?" It was 16 people shit.
Well, they're
And then-
they're crying because they needed to. You broke the chain. Like you were gonna flush the toilet, and they've been working on that for weeks, shitting and shitting and shitting, inviting new people and shitting, and then you go there, beat up the guy. You broke their whole operation. They know that they're fucked. You see all of their collective recycled musty shit, and obviously you're gonna flush it. And so to them, that was a huge deal.
Well, you did say he was
that's-
Spanish speaking, so they probably were making a
What are you gonna say?
a shit pact, and they were making a gang, and you
What
stopped
does
that.
okay,
Okay, no,
being
no,
Spanish
the-
speaking have to do with the
The
shit pack?
the first guy was just like a fat white
you
kid.
good?
Like he spoke English. The other guy was
Wait,
just
it doesn't
Spanish
matter if
only.
he speaks English or Spanish. What's the
Yeah.
shit pack?
Yeah,
for?
I don't know what
Is
this
It was
is.
it was a
Is this
Mexican gang.
Do they do
Yeah.
shit packs in Mexican gangs?
I guess so.
For a while,
Apparently.
They do now.
Yeah.
If they didn't before, they certainly do now.
It's late. I'm
for a
tired.
while, I wasn't sure if like as a kid I was beating him up because he was Spanish or not. But then I remembered, no, I didn't care about that part. I was just beating him up because I wanted to fight someone, and he was just
That's
the
how it
kid
sounds,
that
yeah.
happened to be
Yeah.
in there. But like I did struggle with the idea that I might have been racist for a long time.
I don't think you're racist.
I know I'm not racist. But the third
Rob-
time I
Bro.
This
what,
one-
what
this
the
is-
fuck was the third
this
time?
is the one I got in trouble for.
Was it? Would you break up
I
another
was not.
shit pack?
It was
Did you
not in a
break up another shit
bathroom.
pack?
It was in the
Okay.
classroom
Good.
during like fucking lecture or story time or whatever.
Yeah.
I had this friend. She was a black girl. She was like the only like real friend I had in kindergarten. She was the only kid that showed up to my birthday party.
Yeah.
At Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh wait, she sounds OP.
She was pretty cool. I don't remember too much about it because we weren't like friends. We were just kid friends.
Yeah.
But my parents would do the stop hitting yourself with like your arm.
Yeah.
And
Your
so, like,
parents would
oh,
do that to you?
They would do that to me.
Okay.
And so like I'm gonna do this to someone else.
No.
And so I was sitting
Oh,
next to her, and so I just
no.
grabbed her arm, but like I wasn't hitting her with it. It was just like lightly tapping her with her
Yeah.
own hand. She
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
doing anything to stop me. She just kept saying stop. I'm like, stop hitting yourself. She just wouldn't. She wasn't doing anything about it. She didn't seem distressed like at all.
Yeah.
But obviously the teacher like sees me doing that and sees her saying stop, and then she wrote me up for it. And then
Damn.
Fuck.
then I had to take that home, and then my parents beat my ass for it. And I'm like, I've gotten away with so much shit, but this is the one I get fucking caught for that was literally harmless because she didn't care. I remember even asking her about it later, and she's like, I didn't care. It was kind of annoying.
I'm pretty sure y'all have heard this story, but one time, like I was in 7th grade, I said cunt on the bus,
Fuck yeah.
and the bus driver stopped the bus, wrote me up, and said, "Go give this to your parents. You're about to be banned from the bus." And I had some balls, and I called her bluff, and I went to my friend's house, and I hid the slip in a book as a bookmark.
Nice.
Because I was like, I need to find somewhere that no one will find it.
I
So
don't
put
even
it
think
there.
they can like legally do that unless it's like assaulting somebody.
I mean,
right?
maybe if I say, I don't know.
Sure, if you
The
like, use
C
it-
word is pretty
Our-
bad.
Our bus system, when going back home, was basically a monopoly, and there was one guy in charge of all the buses.
What?
And he was like the meanest man in the world. And he went in our bus once, and one person did not pay their monthly due for the bus, and they're like 11 years old. It's not their job; it's the parents' job.
Yeah.
So he literally asked someone on the bus to just say, "Pick anyone here, I'll kick them out of the bus," because of this kid. Because of this kid.
What?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. So this fucking kid does it, and a random kid gets kicked out of the bus.
Wait. So the kid who didn't pay his dues was going to select somebody.
No. Like, because he was so mad, he was like, a random person, choose a random person. Just
To the kid who didn't pay his dues.
yes.
Okay.
And they did, and what we did,
And they kicked him. He chose someone, and they kicked him off the
Yes.
bus. Oh my god.
yeah, and like,
what a choice.
right? Yeah, and especially to make a kid do that.
Yeah.
And after that, like, we opened a window and brought him back in and just like put him under the the chair,
That's awesome.
and like it had to go for 40 minutes or something. So he stayed under the chair,
no.
but he still got home that day on
That's
time.
good. That's
good. Good for
insane.
giving him a refuge.
Yeah.
Is that legal? There's
No.
no. Okay,
No.
he's just an
Yeah.
asshole. That's good.
Anything is
Okay.
legal when you're a monopoly.
True.
When you're an adult manipulating kids.
Another thing is, like, my parents weren't helicopter parents by any means, but they kept up with like the report cards and like the numbers and the grades and stuff. And so like I would know I would be in shit if like I took a paper home and it said I was a bad kid. And so I remember when the time I was writ up for the stop hitting yourself thing. They're like, "Oh, Robbie, how was school today? Your behavior report should come in this week. Did you get it today?" And then I was like, "Yeah, here you go." I gave it to him, and then I walked away because I knew what they would see, and then what the consequences would be.
Wow.
I tried to be like nonchalant and like just pretend it was like whatever, and like just whatever. I walked away. Nah. They got my ass.
Damn.
They got it good.
I don't understand parents that try to punish their kids for bad grades. Like, if anything, they should like be helping them or like set them up with like a tutor or something.
It depends.
I can
I like getting like grounded from game systems.
I get that
Like
too.
that helped me improve my grades so much, and then I would just drop. It would drop again because
Yeah.
Well, that's a punishment that like works because
Yeah.
when you take away the game system, you're
I
now
want it. I want
making
it
you
so
earn
bad,
the
yeah.
game system, but
Mhm.
like other forms of punishment like are not.
Like a spanking.
Yeah,
when
not
you,
it.
Yeah, when you give it. Yeah. the
Yeah.
Spankings
There
for
was-
bad grades don't make sense.
I
There
got
was
a-
an
I got a-
Go.
I got a couple spankings for my bad grades.
There was an epidemic of tutoring in my country where you would have enough school, but parents needed to put them in private tutoring for some reason, and they had to actually pass legislation to like say you cannot tutor without like you can't just give your kid to some random person and have private tutors. But I was in one of those, and what they would do is have like 50 people in, I would say, the surface area of 2 of these rooms.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which is, how big is this room?
About like like you could fit 2 cars in this room. It's
Okay.
like a small garage.
Yeah.
It's like a really small garage. That's the best
So
way to
2 of
consider it.
these.
Smart car garage.
About
Yeah.
50 people, 50 kids in there. And you do one mistake on any subject because it's one person teaching every subject.
Mhm.
And they will take you in a room and beat you.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Wait, the
God.
tutor?
Yeah, the tutor would do that.
What?
And it'd be legal or
Fuck
Is it
no.
just-
Oh,
So
everyone knows it. Everyone knows it, and no
it's
one does
obvious
anything.
that Junaid has a very close connection to The Wall by Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah, big time.
We don't need
You won't get your
your
pudding.
And sometimes you would see people as they stand, as they sit on the chair that's the most opposite from the teacher, and gets asked a question, stays silent with like this stare in his eye,
Oh my god.
and just keep doing that all the time.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and then they get punished again and again, and they just keep
Wow.
that stare. It's terrifying.
Oh. Wait, so were you beaten by the tutor?
Oh yeah.
That is crazy.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think my parents ever like spanked me over grades or anything, but I know one time, I think it was freshman year of high school, I was in a biology class and I like chose not to do an assignment. And my mom saw the 0 in the grade book and she was like, "Why is there a 0 in here?" And I was like, "It wasn't worth my time."
Wow.
I thought her head was going to explode.
Oh man.
Like her face got so red and like, oh my goodness. I will never forget that moment.
You probably felt like you were about to die.
But that was a
I
baller
did.
moment though. That
I
was a baller
did.
moment.
It was immense fear.
That's crazy.
Immense fear.
It's like in anime where like they activate their power and you're like the pressure of the room changes. I can feel their bloodlust.
Yeah. It was a scary moment, but I still do that sometimes where I'm like, I can either get some sleep tonight and be okay tomorrow, or I can do this assignment.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just gonna sleep, I think.
Sometimes you can't even do both,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
I remember getting a C for PE. I don't even know how you get a C in PE.
Really?
You get
But
a C in
You tripped and
PE
fell.
if the teacher doesn't like you.
Yeah, but I also did do the Naruto run when I was
Fuck
It was
yeah.
so cringe. I remember that the other day and just like kind of like went in a catatonic stage.
Do y'all ever have like bad memories where you just like shout them out and you're just like not like shout them out of your head, like you like scream or you punch something like really hard?
All the
No.
time.
I
have
do
that
that
all
a
the
lot.
time.
I have
No.
so many bad memories or cringe memories. I'm like, get that fuck out of my head. And like I like
Is it because you Naruto ran too?
no, I've done worse.
I've learned to live with and accept
Fuck living with
my
shit.
demons and wrongdoings because
Fuck
there's
that.
literally nothing I can do about them.
Yeah,
They're-
I will
running
not-
away from your
history.
problems is not a good
Yeah,
idea.
I will not
Fuck
scream,
yeah.
but
Letting you
when
know.
it comes to my mind, I'll just like do a
A little cringe.
Yeah,
a little
a
shiver.
little
I do
shiver.
that sometimes.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
That's
Not
fine.
over Naruto running though, dude. I was so proud of my Naruto running.
Was it good Naruto?
That was awesome Naruto running.
You know what? You should show us sometime.
because
Yeah, I
it was the run with your hands backwards,
Yeah.
but you also had to get low.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
it's-
lowest you could go, the better.
Dude,
It's
wait,
difficult.
I would do it in high school even. I mean, at that point it was ironic, but
Yeah.
I
however
only did
ironic
it in high
could be.
school because it was ironic
Yeah.
at that point, and that's how I learned about it.
Yeah. If you never Naruto ran in your life, definitely try it.
I don't think I've ever like actually put effort into trying to do it.
What? What are we doing? Why are we recording some dumb podcast when you can
Yeah.
go Naruto run right
Fuck.
now?
Let's go Naruto run after
Yeah.
this.
If you ever
it's
want
fun.
a Naruto run, you should like definitely email us. Which, speaking of that, have we gotten any this
Fuck
week?
no, man.
No?
Yeah, we got an email.
Oh damn!
We got
Is it
one.
email
We got
time
one.
already?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Israel wanted it to be.
I thought, are we reaching our limit or? Are we,
No.
Well,
Can
can we
Israel
keep going?
is the host.
Oh no, we can keep going if you'd like.
No. The damage you've done has already been done.
Awesome.
It's email time.
It's email time. All right.
All right.
We got one email for you guys today. It says, I said guys because the second word is guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, been listening to the podcast for a while and I figured I'd send in an email and ask for some advice. I've been going out with this girl for a while and I really like her. I don't want to sound shallow, but physical traits do play some part in my attraction to people. With that said, this girl has an amazing personality, but honestly, her nipples are just too big for me.
What the fuck?
They're like a mix between pepperoni and bologna. Is that wrong to find a physical trait of someone you love so absolutely? Is that wrong to find a physical trait of someone you love so absolutely disgusting and repulsive, or am I just shallow? I need help. Sent from my iPhone.
Wow.
Oh man.
So in between pepperoni and bologna.
So okay, first of all, is it okay to find something repulsive in your significant other? I think so.
I don't.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't know.
Okay, I've always lived by you should learn to love their perfections and their imperfections.
Right, because if you think something is repulsive, that means you're continuously judging it for as if they could change that.
That could lead to like other negative feelings.
Yes.
There's this. This is like super in depth than it needs to be, but there's this story called "The Birthmark" by Nathaniel Hawthorne. It's one of my favorite short stories. Basically, definitely read it. It's super short. There was this husband and wife. The woman is described as being like the prettiest out of any human being possible. Like she was absolutely gorgeous, the best nature had to offer. That's what it says. Except she had a birthmark on her face, and it was a big birthmark of like a hand. But other than that, she was absolutely beautiful. And her husband was an alchemist, and he was so repulsed by it, and he couldn't focus on, her entirety. Like he couldn't focus on, who she was as a person. He couldn't focus on anything but the birthmark, and wanted to get rid of the birthmark, and basically it ended up killing her. And like her last words was like she was possessed by the earth or something, and was like, "You've rejected the best nature had to offer." And then she dies, and he's like, "Oh, that was weird."
Oh man.
Wow.
It's a really good story. But yeah, love your wife's birthmark
I
And her
agree.
nipples.
and her bologna pepperoni nipples.
I am virgin, so
You've seen nipples.
I've definitely seen nipples. I was gonna say
You being virgin has nothing to do with that.
in my time browsing the internet, I've seen a variety of nipples.
Dude, you have a body.
You have seen yeah.
So, I also do have my own body, and one of my nipples is actually inverted for no reason.
Really? Can I see?
You want to see it?
Yeah, right now.
Sure.
What does inverted mean? Robbie's showing his nipple.
Show the other one. Show the other one.
It doesn't poke
the other
out.
Wait, but that one doesn't either.
Yes, it does.
I think one of mine did
wait,
that.
let me see the other one.
It's pretty slight.
Ah, I see.
Okay.
I see.
Both of my nipples used to stand out as a kid, but one day I just pushed one in, and I don't think it came out again. I'm not joking. It hasn't come out.
that
Do you
is
also have an inverted
fascinating.
nipple?
I think I'm not lifting up my fucking
I have
chest.
one nipple that's significantly bigger than the other.
Really?
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's how I first
If it
noticed
makes you feel better, I've never noticed, and I've never noticed that either.
I
it's
haven't either.
it's
Yeah.
something you would never notice
Yeah.
unless you were staring at them.
But I know how it formed.
Or unless
Yeah.
you were
Wait,
you.
wait.
Like-
how
Well,
you're
yeah,
formed?
I
Wait, how did you
stare at
form?
myself. So
Like when I was like
Okay.
12 or something.
Did you suck on your nipple?
No. It would just start scratching, and I would do it maybe for 2 weeks straight. Just scratch
You
it. because
scratch one?
like the nipple,
Yeah.
and I would just keep doing it because it just felt so good.
Wait, so did it get bigger or smaller?
And then it just it became bigger, and then
Really?
it didn't not go
So
back.
that's the trick, guys.
Itching.
so I was just saying, like, I've never been like repulsed by nipples because I'm like, those are nipples,
Yeah.
whether they're big or small or inverted. So I think examine your biases and like
Right.
get
Like-
over it,
And
really. But
yeah,
if it's
it's-
really bothering you so much, go see someone else because
Like,
someone
what-
else will appreciate
What
her
is
nipples.
What are you really judging here? Is it the nipples or is it something else that you try to put on those nipples? Those poor fucking nipples, innocent nipples.
He says amazing personality.
I don't know. But she might have an amazing personality, but I don't think he does. If he's asking for that, if he's
think
doing that.
I do think this question does say more about our listener than their significant other. Not to talk too much shit, but
Yeah.
you should definitely examine your biases and try to figure out why you feel that way.
I think no matter what, judgment is always projection.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, yeah, that is true.
Kate, what do you think about this?
I think they're just nipples, so you should calm down.
If you have a fetish
I
for
agree.
those, I don't know. Like if you have a fetish for this, like a really strong fetish for that, and then you're just let down, like I don't know how people react to that. You know, like
If you have a fetish and you can't meet it.
yeah, and they can't meet. I don't know how people react to that, but
don't know.
still, I have to still keep my stance on this. But I like Just thought I would say
Okay.
that.
I'm just gonna say this to make it crystal clear. I'm pretty sure this email is a joke.
Oh,
No, I know,
I'm pretty
I know.
sure too.
Okay.
I'm trying to not answer it as if it's totally a joke.
But in case,
If this person existed,
Yeah.
this is how.
I could joke and just say cut off her nipples, then they won't bother you so much.
Well, I think what you should do is Junaid's method of scratching them to make them bigger. Just keep scratching them until they're so big that you don't even know that they're nipples.
That's true.
You
Like,
change
when-
the color of her skin to just nipple color, and then like the head of her nipples are like
Yeah, when they're so long that you can lasso things with it.
Yeah.
That's when you stop.
yeah
Wow.
That's when Junaid stopped.
yeah. Junaid has a
right.
lasso.
Jesus Christ.
Junaid is also now a
Dude.
D cup.
Yeah, Junaid's a D cup lasso.
He has to wind his nipple up, and that is how it becomes the D cup. It's just
Yeah,
his
I measure
nipple
things
wound up.
with it. I measure things with it.
So
nice.
listener, so man,
Finding your partner repulsive is indicative of you having another problem. So you should check yourself.
Yeah, amazing personality or not, if you find your partner repulsive, you got to figure some shit out with
'Cause
yourself.
repulsive is a very strong
Right?
emotion. It's not just like being grossed out or like, ew, you farted, like whatever. You know? It's not the same as being like repulsed is a very strong word.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should try the scratching method, and
Oh, definitely.
maybe you and your amazing personality, big nippled girlfriend could be the world's first cowboy and biologically alive lasso. Nipple lasso, by the way.
Nipple lasso.
Have you seen? Never mind. Just turn her boobs into a wallet.
Yeah.
Like 2 wallets.
Yeah. House that Jack built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Okay.
Ride a bike that made out of her nipples.
That could work.
This is just a cartoon character at this point.
I
It
think
feels
Sally
like-
Long Nips.
Yeah, it feels like we just went into a behind the scenes without even ending the show yet.
You know, oh man, I can't remember what it was. Never mind. But yeah, your nipple girlfriend, amazing personality, lasso person. That's
Wait, how do you
that's-
meet-
Buzzwords,
How do you,
cooch chili powder,
how do you
gay
meet
gay.
someone like that? Like
with big nipples.
yeah, huge.
you
like,
you want to find a big nipple dating site?
very specific
Definitely
big nipple.
exists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
You can find people on Kick for anything.
Did you say Kick?
Yeah. What's this kick?
Oh,
do y'all remember Kick? Do
Dude,
y'all remember
dude,
Kick?
I got some shit.
have
with kick.
Kick?
Vivid
You have
and
kick?
violent memories.
Violent. You have violent memories about Kick?
Before we
Yes.
jump into this, I gotta sit this one out. I've never owned Kick.
Nicole, consider yourself depraved.
Sorry.
Wait,
I will only contribute from stories on Reddit about Kick that I've heard.
I got
I
a
can't
cuppa.
Wait.
Kate, you want to share
Oh,
something?
wait, no.
No,
Go
you go
ahead.
ahead
No.
again.
Kate,
Oh.
Kate, you were
Yeah.
talking first. What's your
Oh,
violent stories about?
So when I first got Kick, it was because it was in 7th grade. It was because I got a boyfriend, and it was just easier to message on Kick because everybody had group chats and stuff like that. Just kind of before the iMessage became such a
Mm-hmm.
big deal, and I used Kick just to like talk to my friends, talk
Yeah.
to my boyfriend, and all that stuff. And I kept using it from 7th grade until probably I graduated high school. So I
Really?
used it for a long time. Yeah.
Damn.
And I remember a couple
Just
years.
to talk to one person?
No, like talk to like a lot of different
Oh,
people.
okay.
But after a while, they introduced like the public lobby type thing that they have, which is where you can search for public group chats. And they could have up to 50 people in them.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing. And
That sounds dangerous.
Terrifying.
It was very dangerous. And that's why I'm like so big on like a lot of different things is because of Kick. I would join a lot of different chats and I would make friends with people that were like old, like not good old. And
Oh.
yeah, so
Oh,
like in their
man.
20s and like they were like, "Oh, I'm just friends with a 14-year-old. It's fine."
Oh.
You know? So like I'm really
Mhm.
like because of those experiences I'm very against adults being friends with children.
Yeah, I think that's always a red flag.
Yeah,
It
that's-
always
Well,
should
yeah,
be a red
absolutely.
flag.
And I think like even with the best intentions, it can change the mindset of the child because
Yeah.
they don't see adults as strangers or as threats anymore. They see them as
Yeah.
friends, and so
Yeah.
it puts them in danger.
Most of the time they see it as a flex. It's like, oh, an older person likes me.
Yeah, and it makes them feel special, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's a little bit manipulative to make somebody feel special just for talking to you.
It's grooming.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
absolutely
there's
is.
like maybe like you can be an adult and like have kid friends, but not you met this kid friend through Kick.
I think
like,
like
Well,
like
there are
you met
different types.
them through like their parents
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
befriended them because you're also friends with their parents.
a
But
karate
even then, I wouldn't
teacher.
really call it friendship because
yeah.
you know, my adult like next door neighbors, like we had like a really close friendship with them as families.
Mhm.
But you know, when I was 16, I wasn't friends with them. They were my neighbor and they were cool and they were friends with my dad or my mom.
Right.
But
Okay,
you know, it's not
I
the
was just
same.
thinking like you don't have to like it's okay, but like
If there's a power imbalance, it's
yeah,
just,
the power imbalance is like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like where the parents do not know of your existence. That's when like there's a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, yeah, I finally deleted Kick after I graduated high school, but I ended up making a few like genuinely pretty good friends, and we ended up moving to Discord, and like
That's awesome.
that was a lot better. But
Nice.
there were a lot of really really creepy people on Kick,
Yeah.
and they would not leave you alone
Yeah.
if they like became attached to you. Fortunately, this didn't really ever happen to me, but I did have friends that I met on Kick or like friends from high school who they would like leave a group chat that was like a public group chat, and people would like keep messaging them, and if
Mhm.
they blocked them, they would just make another account, because with Kick it's
That's
not like
awful.
it's not like Discord where you have to like, I don't know, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And so they would get, you know, harassed by these like adult people online, and it got really
That
scary.
sucks.
And so that was kind of annoying and very uncool.
Yeah.
So that's
Not
my-
very hip.
yeah, I would say kind of an inconvenience, but
Yeah.
that was that was kind of my Kick experience. But yeah, Discord I definitely prefer, because Discord is more like,
Private.
well, it's more private, and you can like actually easily block someone and have it work. Like
Yeah.
it's thorough.
Yeah, my Kick stories are a little less extreme. I guess. I used to sometimes get. I think I did mention this before. I used to get messaged by sex bots,
Oh
and
my god.
and like for the first time I didn't know that they were sex bots for like 2 messages that went through. And like I was like a young like kid that was like kind of, I guess, exploring sexuality maybe. So I didn't like really see it as like sex, but I was like, oh, this is like I have like a camaraderie person. But then I eventually like figured out they were like a robot. Like I think it was this one night I was down in my parents' basement, and basement sounds scary, but it was literally just like another room in the house. Like had like a bed and like a low TV setup. And I remember like just getting a random message from some person. I think it was like Kayla or something. And it was like, oh, hey, winky face. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, hey, who are you? And then robot response, I'm blank, and blah, 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 blah. And then eventually we talked, and it was like, you're cute. Here, hop on this private link and like pay for this show.
You didn't click the link, did you?
I did click the link, but it asked for a credit.
no.
Nothing happened to my iPod because that's what I had as a kid. I
iPod.
didn't get a
iPod Touch.
I did
Yeah.
not get a phone until I was 16 or 15.
Yeah.
But I stuck with an iPod, and it just asked for like my card information, which I didn't have a card as a kid at all. I tried using like this one gift card I got for like Christmas where you can like buy it anywhere and it has like money on it, but
Yeah.
Oh, like
I
a
don't
Visa.
know if that ever went through because I was like, oh, I'll watch their live stream, but they're
They're probably playing
Wait.
Yeah.
playing Fortnite. Yeah.
You wanted to use an expendable Visa gift card to watch a sex bot live stream?
yeah.
Wait, but did you know it was a sex bot? Like,
I kind of did because it was like kind of like implications, but I
Wait,
guess I was like,
did you buy this card or was it given to you?
it was given to me. Like it was
Okay.
like
wait,
it was like
did you do it?
I don't remember. I don't think anything happened. I don't even
You
think the
were
money went
that
out. I don't think
fucking
the money went out
thirsty.
of the card either. I ended up like spending it at like Walmart for some video games later
That
on.
definitely sounds like Kick though.
Yeah.
I-
And then
yeah.
having a girl name, because my name was Keight on Kick. Like
Your
I did
name is
never
still
get
Keight.
any.
Mine would be yeah.
I spell it different now.
I would either
Keight.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Keight.
Wait, is that canon spelling now?
No.
It's canon for us.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was
Is it?
wondering like if you actually cared about that.
No, I
you,
don't.
you said it in a way that implied like
No, I had to really think about the spelling when I was spelling it out loud.
I also was like put into like group chats to where it was this one person. I doubt they're listening to this, but I kind of still have some contact with them, but I don't really care. There was this one person I knew in middle school, and like I didn't like go to the same high school with them, and I like to like keep in touch with them. Like I went in like one of their Kick group chats, and it was like basically like some people that she knew from her high school, and then some people that she knew from like online friends, and it was like this basically like anime weeaboo fucking chat, and like half of like the messages were like from people that she knew in real life that barely cared about anime or manga, and the people that did care, it'd always be like either like just people that barely knew each other, and she would just like try to like force to meet and talk, and like it wouldn't work out. Like you would argue, and then sometimes like she would come in the chat and try to make it about herself, like I'm sad today, and like trying to like revert conversations that were about her when other shit was going on.
Dude.
It was
I feel that.
it was tilt. And I remember like sometimes I'd leave the group chat, and then like she'd message me like, why did you leave the group chat? Why do all my friends leave me? And like a bunch of other shit. And like a bunch of other shit, because like I didn't know the beautiful existence of a mute button, so I'd always get notifications. Like half of the people I never fucking knew in there either, so I'd like leave, and then she'd like add me back later on.
That's annoying.
But there'd be like some people that sent like death pictures too, and it was like, what the
God.
fuck?
Yeah, Kick definitely had a gore
Mhm.
like period.
That's weird.
There were times though where like pictures would get censored, then you click on it, and then like it would like
Yeah, that was a later feature
Yeah.
that you could do.
Yep.
But yeah, there was a lot of really
Yeah.
messed up
That's
stuff.
crazy.
and like I'd like just spam letters just like not see it, because like you can't like delete the message or anything. So
Yeah.
I'd like put like QR BBB or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, to get rid of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
off your
you
screen.
should have just left the chat.
Yeah, but I was
and
like,
then not come back.
I don't want to get her. I want to get her mad at me. You know. So
Oh, well,
So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have a story, Junaid?
Not particularly, but like I do remember when, as you said, sex bot,
Mhm.
that I for some reason knew of the existence of Kick, and someone told me that it was very related to sex, and
well, yeah.
and I was like, I need to get on this, and
Jesus.
I somehow like the first thing I search for is, of course, it gives you bots, and I get it, make an account just to get that, and I'm sending messages where it's like, I need information about this. I'm explaining what I'm feeling here. This is the whole paragraph. And then they respond with just like, chat with me here.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, they
Oh,
just didn't
man.
hear it. I'll just repeat it and I'll give
Yeah.
more information.
Yeah, they didn't hear me.
Because the whole time I'm thinking, this is a real person. It's just like, they need time to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they
that
just
wa-
didn't see my message.
I just
Yeah.
imagine like a young, angry Janae just like spam messaging.
That's so
Holy
funny.
just
shit.
horny ass messages.
I just want to say, I love when I get messaged by robots because it gives me an excuse to be the worst person imaginable
oh
to
my
them.
Gosh.
Like,
of
if-
course you do.
If they message me and like I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this is, and I think they're a robot, I'll like be like, who is this? And they'll be like, ah, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay, I'm still not sure. Then I'll send something like random, like either an image or like today I bought an Xbox or something, like just something like random that they wouldn't have a predicted response for. And like if I send a meme, they're like, "Oh, you look so great in that picture." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a robot." Or the response is
Sends a picture of Shrek.
something obviously that it's like a robot.
Yeah.
I unload on them. I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're fucking dead.
Robbie,
fucking kill
why?
yourself. You are a piece of shit." I will like just shit I can't say on the podcast, but
Yeah.
I just unload.
Do you still
And then-
do this?
What's that?
Do you still do this?
Every time I
Oh,
figure out,
yeah.
every time I figure out it's a bot, because Because I
you-
can.
Robbie, are you okay?
Yeah.
That
you
this
sure?
reminds me. This reminds me of that guy who sent like fucking mega death threats to Mr. Peanut, and then got
No.
and then got banned from Twitter. Like every time Mr. Peanut would tweet, every time he would tweet, he would respond saying, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Like, you just wait till I get my hands
But,
around
like-
your fucking peanut neck. And then he got banned. He got
There was a
banned.
similar experience with the furry community with Tony the Tiger, and they like horny messaged
They
him
wanted
all
to
the
fuck
time.
Tony the Tiger.
Ah!
But that's the thing, like,
Gross.
Look up internet historian Tony the Tiger, and you'll
if
learn from
I
there, man.
know, like, there's a person like behind the screen, like if it's a brand account, I know it's just someone trying to
Well,
make a
yeah.
living.
The Wendy's account is an exception. They're fucking awesome. They got some
Okay,
cool
that has
tweets.
nothing to do with what I'm saying right now.
I
I don't give a fuck about that. If I know it's a robot, like I know it's a robot that just got my phone number, I will fucking murder them with words.
Yeah.
I just all the expletives I can think of.
Robbie has
And
a lot
then-
of internalized rage.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
here's
a
the thing.
lot.
I've gotten really good at controlling it.
You-
and
Until
keeping
a
it
bot
in.
messages you, apparently.
Because I can fucking kill the bot. Like I can do whatever I want. It's
Okay.
a stupid ass fucking robot.
gotta-
No one is hurt by
In
it.
I gotta-
case the Terminator War happens, Robbie is definitely on my
I fucking
team.
hate robots. I hate them. Anyways,
Oh man.
the best part is that their response is always like, "What? I don't understand."
Sorry, I didn't
Message
catch
me.
that.
Message me here.
Fuck
And then
that.
I'm like, "Fuck. Okay, I'm bored now. Block."
Yeah.
But God, it's just a release. Like it's so much fun. I love it.
I have one where some hunting company messaged me.
A hunting company.
Yeah, and it was like, text this. It looked like a bot message, right? And then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't hunt. I like, well, it's some troll message. I respond back, and they send me a picture of a guy with a dead reindeer with his eye shot out because he shot it in the face.
Oh my
What?
God.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. We thought this was you.
What?
We thought you were the deer.
yeah.
We're coming for you.
No. They thought that
I know.
they were
I'm
messaging
joking.
the guy who shot that deer.
joking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is weird.
Damn.
No, you should no.
But like, here's the thing. Like, I'm careful about this. It always has to be like a sex bot. Like, if I think it's related to any kind of company or anything, I won't say anything. I'll whatever wrong number. But if
Or
I
like
know
the
it's a
voter
sex
people.
bot, yeah. Like if it's a
Those are also usually real people.
I'm on so many fucking. Hey, are you registered to vote? Hey, have you made a plan to vote? Nah, 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 nah. And I sign up for one, and then they give my number to everyone
Everyone.
else.
Swear, it's
I'm as
the
cordial
university.
and as nice as
Yeah.
possible. I'm like,
Please take me off.
yes,
the list.
I've already registered to vote. Yes, I've already made a plan to vote.
Dude, you've
Please
seen
stop messaging
you've
me.
seen me pick up the phone when a scammer's on the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, multiply that by 10, and that's what
That's
it's like
so
when I get
annoying.
to
You threatened
text
to kill
those
them?
robots.
No. They'll okay. So they'll call you first, and it's like a blank call. Like they'll call you to see if you'll pick up, and then once you do and you say hello, they'll hang up just to know that you're gonna pick up whenever the scammers call. Then the scammers call. They say, "Hello, is this Marcus?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And the thing is I have some caller ID thing, and so it'll say like Kyle Smith, and I'm like, "Hello, Kyle Smith," and then they're like, "Hello, is this Marcus LSO? We're from the Butta company," and then I'm like, "You're not Kyle Smith," because they stole Kyle Smith's phone number using Skype or Google Voice or whatever. And so then I'm just straight up, "Hey, can you do me a favor and never call me again?" And then they hang up.
I love it
Okay,
when he
that's-
does that.
That's
Have you-
really polite, actually.
Have you have you guys?
It's decently polite, but sometimes like I feel my heart twitch a little bit.
There's this one YouTube.
And Robbie, you're like, Jesus Christ.
There's this.
Well,
there's,
because you said it. Like, that's the thing is, like, when I'm texting these robots, it's just text.
Yeah.
Like, if someone called me and then you heard me just shouting expletives over the phone at a robot, I feel like then I maybe have gone a little overboard.
Yeah.
But I have done that before. Like, I've been driving and I get a phone call and I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Your warranty on your car. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Especially
get
when
a
they
lot of
pause your
those.
music. Dude, that is a sin.
I remember seeing this one video on YouTube where it's like how to get a telemarketer to leave you alone, and it's like the telemarketer asking all these questions. He just keeps going yes to every question. And he's like, "What's your name? Yes. Would you like to try our product? Yes. And what's your phone number? Yes. And then like the telemarketer like slowly throughout it like gets more nervous and he eventually hangs up.
You know,
It's
we
really
should
funny.
really try these out and record them.
Dude, I block every number I don't know. I don't want people
Yeah.
like getting my info.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
usually-
can't wait until Israel gets a new phone number and then he loses all his contacts and then I call him. I'm like, hey, and he just blocks my number because he doesn't know who I am.
Like sometimes I have to go to something to buy something and they have to call me back, so I give them my number, right? And I don't answer to any number that I don't know.
Me too.
So sometimes it's been a month. It's like, where are my glasses? And then they see that I look at it when I finally pick up. It's like, oh yeah, we've been trying to call you for about 2 weeks now, but we never get through because I've always just declined it when they call.
Yeah.
They didn't leave a voicemail or anything?
No, which is
That's-
strange.
That is really strange.
Yeah, that is strange. Yeah, the voicemail is like, all right, cool. Like you're on the good team. You're on the good side. I'm gonna return your call.
I
but-
get more scam voicemails than normal voicemails.
I used to get a lot of scam voicemails, but I don't have a voicemail since I don't like want people calling me to like that I don't know knowing my name or anything. I usually only set one up if like I'm getting like a job interview and I'm expecting a call back, but then after
Yeah.
that, like if I don't or do get the job, then I delete it.
I almost never answer the phone unless I'm expecting a call.
Right.
But my rule is if I don't know your number, you'll either call back. If you call a second time, I'll answer, or you'll leave a voicemail. If you don't do either of those things, it clearly wasn't that important.
Yeah.
But I will answer the phone if I'm expecting a call from someone, and then that's when those, your warranty, blah, 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 blah. Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Good note.
Well, I would like to say thank you, listener.
Sorry.
Who sent us an
Unplug
email.
yourself.
Thank you, listener, who sent us an email. It's awesome that you did that. If you would like to send us another email, anyone else who is looking for advice, a business opportunity that you want to propose to us, completely joking, of course, feel free to email us at starbanditspodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us further, feel free to check us out at patreon.com/starbanditspodcast, or always tune in next week. I believe we're going to change our uploading schedule to be once every single week, every Monday.
Woo.
So look forward to that. And in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. I am Marcus Delzell. You can find me on all social media at Marcus Delzell.
I am Kate Robinson, and you can find me on Instagram at kate.robinon.
I'm Israel.
I'm Junaid. My Twitter is at Echo Junaid.
I feel like Israel like speed runs his intros
does.
and outros. I'm Israel. I'm Israel.
Israel.
Yep.
No comment. No comment. No comment.
Here's the No Comment Podcast. 1 hour of silence.
You can follow me at no comment on Twitter.
Ay. Well, this has been Robbie Bland. You can find all of my social media at Bland Clan Videos, and that is Clan with a C.
Hey.
You didn't think I'd do that, did you?
See ya.
Nope. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Adios.
Unplug yourself.